You're in Braves country. Lineup for Braves Country by DM McGee. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavine. Southpaw winds and kicks. Changing speeds east and west. A gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright. The father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play. Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly. And his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts. A plenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez. Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P's still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitcher's lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler. Matzik and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren. Skip Carey 2. Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren. Spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young. The game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Rama-Lama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves Country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by DM McGee.
like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Rum Cokes.
Do you have any idea how important this is? We're trying to save the pub call. Really? This is what you're doing? This is what you're doing?
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing, Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Polk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam, ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Breen. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture, our national anthem.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Play ball! At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
We're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody! Bring your green hat. Let's go. Come on, everybody. We're going. Woo!
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. We're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Here's your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing center field, the Cincinnati Reds. It's T.J. Friedl. 1 home run, 13 RBI, 8 stolen bases, batting .264. Batting second, playing second, Matt McClain. 4 home runs, 12 RBI, 8 stolen bases, batting .165. Batting third, playing short, Ellie De La Cruz. 5 home runs, 25 RBI, 14 stolen bases, batting .266. Gavin Lux, the designated hitter, batting cleanup with 1 home run, 15 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .295. Batting fifth, playing third, Espinal. He has 9 RBI and a .333 average. Spencer Steer, batting sixth, playing first. 3 home runs, 11 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .193. Tyler Stevenson is behind home plate and batting seventh. He's 3 for 17 on the year with a home run and 3 RBI. Hurtubise is in left field and batting eighth. He's 1 for 8 on the season, a .125 clip. And Hines is in right field and batting ninth. He's making his debut tonight. No stats available. On the mound for the Cincinnati Reds, it's Hunter Green. He's 4-2 with a 2.53 ERA, a shiny 0.82 whip, 42 2/3 innings, 27 hits allowed, 55 strikeouts in those 42 innings, 8 walks, 7 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with Grant Holmes, who's 2-2 with a 4.24 ERA, a 1.21 whip, 34 innings, 22 hits, 35 strikeouts, 19 walks, 6 home runs served. Backing up Grant Holmes in the bottom of the first inning and playing left field, leading off for your Atlanta Braves, Alex Verdugo. He's got a .297 average with 7 RBI, 1 stolen base. Batting second, playing third, Austin Riley. 8 home runs, 25 RBI, batting .290 on the year. Batting third, the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna. 5 home runs, 13 RBI, a .275 average. Batting cleanup, playing first, it's Matt Olson. He has 6 home runs, 18 RBI, a .226 average. Batting fifth, playing second, Ozzie Albies. 5 home runs, 14 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .245. Batting sixth and patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Michael Harris II. Money Mike has 3 home runs, 20 RBI, 7 stolen bases, batting .215. Batting seventh, playing right, Eli White. 2 home runs, 8 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .302. Drake Baldwin is behind home plate and batting 8th. He has 2 home runs, 6 RBI, a .250 average. Nick Allen is batting 9th and playing short. 7 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .264. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's Alan Porter, usually with a very wide strike zone. First base umpire, Brian Walsh. Your second base ump is Chris Segal, and down the third base line, it's Alex McKay. Game time temperatures at Truist Park tonight, it's going to be dropping down into the low 60s, around 67 degrees at first pitch. The wind blowing in from left field to right at about 5 miles an hour. Your Atlanta Braves come in today, 1 game under 500 at 17-18. Cincinnati Reds as well at 18-19. The Atlanta Braves are minus 120 on the money line. The over-under is 7.5. Our pick to click tonight, Hunter Green is a tough customer, but he does give up the home run ball. He's a fly ball pitcher with a heavy fastball. You can time it up, you can launch it. We'll go with Matt Olson, who's 2 for 8 lifetime with a home run and a .250 average. Other folks to keep an eye on tonight, Riley's 3 for 9. Ozzie Albies is 1 for 3. The bottom half of the lineup has never seen Hunter Green in their career. Keys to the game tonight, very small sample size for the Cincinnati Reds versus Grant Holmes. Tyler Stevenson's 1 for 2. Ellie De La Cruz is 2 for 4. And Spencer Steer 1 for 3. The rest of the lineup is either hitless or they've never faced Grant Holmes in their career. If Grant can keep the ball in the yard, keep the damage to a minimum, and your Atlanta Braves can get Hunter Green out of the game. He's one of the best young right-handers in the National League, but that bullpen has a lot of weaknesses. Braves need to work that count and get him out. It's going to be tough with Alan Porter calling balls and strikes. So we'll take the Atlanta Braves to win a low-scoring affair. Give me your Atlanta Braves to win this one 3-1. And set up what would be not only getting to 500 for the first time since opening day, but we would actually have a chance for the sweep tomorrow night and go a game above 500 before we hit the road heading to Pittsburgh. Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves Country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves Country.
All right, we're going to fly through these. We got a lot of clips we want y'all to hear today. So, real quick, let me jump it up off the top. Who do we got in here? ICK. Okay, the Braves always play at 7:15 when they're at home. Chris Townsend. Good to see you, CT. I see John, Jameson, Carey. Good luck to you, Carey, after this series. Justin Green, Tim Pannell, Robert, Uncle Charlie Fritz, Gary the Real McCoy, World Drummer, Justin Green Machine, I think I already said him, Charlie Elrod, Helion, Francisco Gonzalez. Good to see you. JC, good to see you. Long time, no time. Joyce from down in Mexico. Who else do we have in here? Tyler Benson, country club member. See if I'm Pure Blood. He Blake. Mark Ricky Ricardo. Neil Pearson. Nathaniel Brooks. And I think that's about it. Okay, we're going to take a real quick break. We got a lot to get into and a little time to do it. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball. No more measles and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
This is a reminder,
Disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
Okay, y'all, we got 3 clips to play for you. We got Ozuna, who had the big hit last night, the walk-off. We got Sale, and he's always entertaining, so I always like playing him. And then we got a fairly short clip with Snicker, all talking about the big win last night. We'll start off with Ozuna. This was right after he walked off the field.
Marcel, you saw 3 straight changeups to begin the at-bat. How did you stay ready for the heater?
I just stay ready for my pitch. I go out there looking good pitch to hit. If they turn out get a double play, and I'll be able to get it on line drive.
Can you tell us what happened in your previous at-bat? Was it a lower body injury? What happened?
Yeah, I just get kind of a little tired on my back of my head, on my leg, and then it feels all right. And then now let's go.
Was there any question of you coming out of the game?
No. He say if you hit a homer or if you get a base hit, I take him out, but otherwise you're gonna hit.
All right, and so it always kills me. They go and they interview him, and he's got a big mouth of sunflower seeds. And I'm like, man, either get him to spit it out or wait till he's done eating the sunflower. I mean, that's why it's bad enough that he's got the hard accent, but the reason why you couldn't really understand what he was saying is because he had this huge thing of sunflower seeds that he was spitting out as he was trying to talk to the guy on the mic. All right, here's Chris Sale after the game.
It was huge. I mean, this was like literally kind of the perfect scenario for us, really. Just a grind of a night the whole way. I mean, it was just like a screeching train down the tracks for a little bit. Daysbell, who's been probably one of the best relievers in the game. It's like almost finally gives up a run. It seemed like. And to be able to pick him up and grind through that and get back on top, games like this kind of can pick up some steam for you and get you kind of catapulted in the right direction. So it was a fun clubhouse in there right now.
Michael Harris could certainly use that big hit like that, and then you pinch run there, it works out perfectly. Just like you said, the things just kind of fall in place in those late innings. When you're down 1-0 going into the ninth.
For sure, and I think it just kind of shows the character of this team. We're down to our last couple outs, or last out, last inning, and we find a way to do it, against a good team, and again, like I said, I mean, it was just a grind the whole way through, and just a big win overall from the entire squad, really.
About it specifically on that play he was talking about, Fairchild, the guy who hadn't gotten to play a lot, but he you're thinking it's going to be a close play. And what about to get under that tag and just the job he did?
Well, just being able to get a good jump and just put the hammer down. I mean, you got to tip your cap to Tui too there. Having the whatever you want to call it, to send him. And Stu just given everything he's got, you never know when you're going to get an opportunity, and for him to get that opportunity and just, like I said, just go hammer down everything he's got, laid it all out there at the end, and to get under that tag, I mean, that saved the game.
About what you've gotten lately from Iggy, I know you guys never lose confidence in him, but how good is it then to see him have 2 outings like you said?
Well, that's why, right? I mean, this game isn't easy, and everyone's going to go through ups and downs. That's why you don't lose confidence in guys like that. He's battle tested. He's you look at the back of that baseball card, it's pretty damn impressive. So, he's gotten back to what's made him successful. And again, you see those lights go down in the 9th or 10th inning, whenever it is. It's we're all confident.
For you specifically, 10 strikeouts. Was it a moment in the game when you knew that it was a good night for you, that you was on?
I mean, I wouldn't say so, no. Just because, again, I mean, it was back and forth. I mean, Abbott was giving us everything we can handle. I mean, he was matching every zero with another zero. So, you got to tip your cap to him too. I mean, he dealt tonight. He did really well. So there wasn't really a time where you could, pat yourself on the back there or look up and notice anything other than just like, staying focused and keeping on the grind, because you don't want to lose focus in a game like that. I mean, it's 0-0, it's tied up. So, after the game or tomorrow might be a better time for stuff like that.
You passed 2,000 innings and, got 300 starts. I know you don't care about the personal stuff, but when it's stuff like that, does it make you feel gratitude just for how long you've been able to stay in this game and what you've been able to accomplish?
Yeah, no, I appreciate those things. I really do. I don't, again, like you guys know, I don't want to sit up here and talk about myself a whole lot, but I appreciate the path that I got to get here to this point. Some of it was easy, some of it was really not. And just thankful for, all my teammates, all my coaches, the fan bases, my family, and the training staff. I mean, I spent a lot of time in there, as you guys know. So I'm just more thankful for the people that helped me get to this point. And I guess it kind of makes me feel a little old too. So.
Last one. Four starts ago, you set out close. How good does it feel, looking back on these past three, how you progressed since then?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. I've been on the mound a lot in between starts, just trying to iron some things out, bouncing ideas off of Cranny, teammates, looking at numbers, doing these different things. So there's a lot that goes into it, and I'm appreciative of all the help that I've gotten, because it's not just me going out there and figuring it out. So hey, just got to keep trying to ride it out and try not to suck.
I can't tell you how many times he's used that line, and it still makes me laugh every time. I'll go out there and just try not to suck. Don't we all at our jobs every day? All right, so this is the last one. This is Snicker post-game, just talking about the whole night, and Sale, of course.
How good was Sale tonight again?
He was really, really good again. It's kind of like vintage Chris Sale now, last 2 or 3 times out. It's been really, really good. And you saw he came out, velocity was really good early. Slider was really good again. He was just, really good.
How satisfying or how happy were you to see Michael Harris come through with a big?
Yeah, he'd been struggling. He'd been working. I know he's out here hitting early today, and they've been processing things. So that was good, for him. I mean, he about won it for us bat before when he could have pierced a gap right there and scored 2. So that was really encouraging to see.
What about Fairchild just getting that great jump and kind of getting under that tag?
No, it was great. I say it was a great send by Tui. I mean, he's, that's kind of the fun part of being a third base coach, when those guys force your hand because they're running so hard. And he was flying, and it was a great read, and he's got down the line, and great send by Tui.
About to think, but what you've seen out of Iggy these past 2, does it just feel like you're right back in home?
Yeah, no, and I think it's just kind of, I do think that coming out of spring and that long layoff and not having leads in the 9th inning, and he just he kind of wasn't in shape. Then we let him go 3 in a row, and I don't know if that's good or bad. I know he wanted to pitch, but now he's kind of been a little more regular, and you're seeing what he's capable of. But that was something else what he did out there. That's tough in extra innings, man, when that guy's, when you got a guy that can run out there, and that first guy's no joke that he had to face too.
When you see Marcel get fed changeup after changeup and then at bat, and then they try and stick a fastball past, do you just marvel at just his ability?
Yeah, well, that guy's he's a hitter, man. I mean, he's one of the better hitters in the game. And, and he's been scuffling a little bit too lately, so that was big for him also.
What's the mood kind of in the clubhouse? Do you win this game kind of a grind out
it's great.
style?
It doesn't get any better than winning a game like that, winning a game like we did last night, the night before. It's pretty energizing games that we've played the last three, and against really good teams, and hang around in this one and come back and win it is huge. It can do wonders for a club and their psyche.
A couple of infield hits for him, but overall, how proud are you of the way your staff has handled Ellie De La Cruz these first couple games?
Well, I mean, their whole club. I mean, we pitched really good here the last, obviously, yesterday and today with Chris, and then the bullpen guys were solid as could be. Pitch huge out by Pierce right there. I think that kind of, you forget about that, but I was just sitting there in the dugout thinking, get this guy here and we're going to win the game. And that was a big at bat right there, because Chris had kind of left it all out there, and he picked him up big time, and that was, huge. And Dicebell, you know what, he kept pitching and kept it, minimized it, and so, yeah, no, they all have been really, really good.
All right, so that was Brian Snicker, and we are just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves, as Atlanta Braves are taking the field, and Grant Holmes versus Hunter Green. And for those of y'all who have not seen Hunter Green much, I mean, he is, first of all, he's much better than what he was when he first came up. He was really up and down, but now he's really become one of the better right-handers in the National League, and he's got high velocity. He's probably going to get quite a few strikeouts. That's usually his MO. I think the over-under today on his strikeouts was 7.5, so it gives you an idea of what they're expecting from him today. As the Braves are finishing up their final warm-up tosses, Grant Holmes and the Braves are wearing their home whites. The Braves across the chest, and we're going to try to reset the screen as we get set here for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Here we go. Holmes firing his last warm-up pitches. Friedel stepping into the box. Cincinnati Reds wearing their road grays top to bottom. Cincinnati across the chest in red. Red ball caps with the white C. And yes, sir! It is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way. It's a fastball right down the pipe to TJ Friedel. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup, the 0-1. Swing, fouls it away. Quickly 0-2. TJ Friedel batting .264 on the year, a home run, 13 ribbies. 670 OPS. He steps out of the box and takes his timeout. Cincinnati across the chest on those gray uniforms in red, outlined in white with the black shadow in the background, the 0-2. 94 misses high, 1-2. Same thing with the numerals on the back and as well as the names on the back, all in red, outlined in white with the black shadow. Braves wearing their home whites, Braves across the chest. Tomahawk underneath, the 1-2. Curveball misses outside, tried to get him a chase, 2-2. Braves across the chest in red, Tomahawk underneath in red, all outlined in navy. Yellow striping through the handle. White shirt, white pants, blue piping down the side. And time is called, and they're going to put that on Holmes, it appears. Alan Porter's calling an automatic ball. Pitcher timer violation. So it's a full count now. That changes things dramatically. The payoff pitch. Swing lifted into right center field. That's going back, and that's gone. She gone. 1-0 your score. Friedel with the solo shot, and the Cincinnati Reds have taken a 1-0 lead. His second home run of the year. 399 feet. into the bullpen back there over the right field wall. There's a hanger, a cement mixer. Not sure why they went with the bender on a full count, but they did, and they will not live to tell the tale. So quickly one in, and Holmes has to regather himself and go back to work. McLean, the batter, first pitch, 96, down and away, it's 1-0. Got to settle down. One run isn't the death nail. Just got to keep the crooked runs off the board. The 1-0 swing, chops it foul. It's 1-1. When you got a youngster like that there behind the plate, like Drake Baldwin, sometimes they can get just too cute and not go right at him. That's got to be a discussion in the dugout right now. Why did they go with that curveball? It's his third best pitch on a payoff pitch. The 1-1, that ball's roasted through the infield, and quickly the Reds causing problems here in the top of the first. McLean. It was essentially a leadoff single here to start the first after the solo shot. Around the horn, it's Riley Allen to Ozzie to Olsen at first. Drake Baldwin is behind home plate in case you missed the pregame lineups. The outfield fans out from left to right. The first pitch on the way to Ellie De La Cruz is a curveball in the dirt. It's 1-0. Verdugo in left. Michael Harris the second in center. And Eli White in right. The 1-0 from Grant Holmes. Turns around and flips it over to first. The 1-0 from Holmes. He's not recorded out yet. The pitch. Swing and a miss, 95. Kicks and fire, 1-1. One thing about Hunter Green, though he is a very good right-hander, he is a fly ball pitcher, and in this stadium, he might be able to make him a pay. The 95-mile-an-hour fastball kisses the black on the outer edge. It's 1-2. We'll change the view to keep an eye on the runner at first. Infield back into the right, huge hole down the left field line. The 1-2. Slider in the dirt, 2-2. Ellie made them pay earlier in the series on a shift like that. He just kind of punched one down the third base line. Dodgers have broken out to a 10-1 lead over the Marlins, so good news in Miami as a division foe about to take a loss. Pitch on the way, chop foul down the line. We'll do it again. It's 2-2. Mets have already put one in the books. They beat the Arizona Diamondbacks today. We'll do the out-of-town scoreboard here in a bit. The 2-2. Nowhere near the zone, 3-2. So Nibbling has worked a full count again. He has not recorded an out. And you got one on, nobody out, and one in already. The payoff pitch, swing ripped up the middle. And they're just jamming it right down Grant Holmes' throat. They got runners on the corners and nobody out here to start the top of the first, one already in. 15 pitches in and no outs. Not what you want to see from Grant. So that'll bring up the number 4 hitter, the cleanup hitter, Gavin Lux, as Kranitz goes out there to talk to him to just try to calm him down a little bit. Also maybe just to get him a breather. You hate using one of your visits this early in an inning because with nobody out, he could be out there for a while. But I think they're just seeing him miss his spot, that 95-mile-an-hour fastball. They were shooting for the outer edge, and it drifted over almost right in the middle of the plate. If you can get a double play here, you would trade that for the run. No, it's not ideal to give up a second run, especially the way this offense has been going for Atlanta, but you want to try to keep the spiraling to a minimum. 2 on, nobody out. First pitch, Baltimore chopper to third. Riley's got it. He'll fire it to first. Everybody is safe, and Ellie De La Cruz, he gets his caught with his hand in the cookie jar, 2 down. So the run comes home, but Ellie De La Cruz, and he's known to make boneheaded base running decisions. Still a youngster, still learning the game, but the ball was a high chopper. Riley immediately hammered it over to first, and Olsen had the whereabout to fire it over to second. Ellie De La Cruz had taken a wide turn for what I'm not really sure the reasoning why, other than maybe he thought he could outrun Allen and Riley to third. He wasn't thinking about the fact that they could throw behind him, and that's what they did, and they got him. So 2-0 your score, but the good news is nobody on. Espinal takes one right there, first strike, it's 0-1. Should be noted that Espinal has one of the lowest strikeout rates in all of Major League Baseball, so he's hard to get on strikes is the 0-1. Right there, first strike, it's 0-2. No 2 count. I'm sure the coaches will talk to Ellie. You just, one of those things you think you can do it, and then you go, maybe I shouldn't have. Well, as soon as I say it, strike 3. Curveball bends off the table. He takes a swing at it. That'll end the inning. Cincinnati puts 2 on the board. Could be a lot worse. Could be a lot better. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Shout out to my lungs for handling all the things my mental health can't.
Well, it's summer, and if you're like me, you're having a blast with some outdoor cocktails and maybe beer. There's another drink I've been considering thinking about. That's right. At this point in time, I've decided to mix in a water. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, how does that work? Great question. You've spent all summer drinking 8 straight seltzers and waking up the next morning feeling like you got hit by a school bus. But when you mix in a water, you give your body and soul a glimmer of hope that it'll overcome the beating you're putting it through. You see, we only get one physical human body on this earth, and I treat mine like a garbage can. So let's crack open a water and see if that fixes things. Is mixing in water fun? No. It sucks. It feels extremely lame. A borderline party foul. I cannot think of a single thing I'd rather do less when I'm out having fun than mixing in a water. So what are you waiting for? Mix in a water and become a beacon of health today.
My ducks are absolutely not in a row. I don't even know where some of them are. And I'm pretty sure one of them's a pigeon. Or a pterodactyl.
And it turned out that old Honus was the best third baseman in the league. He was also the best first baseman, the best second baseman, the best shortstop, and the best outfielder. That was in fielding. And since he led the league in batting 8 times between 1900 and 1911, you know that he was the best hitter too, as well as the best base runner.
He had a powerful build. His 5'11" 200-pound frame, it was said, featured a massive chest that might have come from a barrel maker's shop, and shoulders broad enough to serve dinner on. His legs were badly bowed, but he had huge hands and arms so long, opposing players swore he could tie his shoes without bending over. Nothing seemed to get past him, and he threw so hard to first base that pebbles, scooped up as he fielded grounders, were said to arrive along with the ball.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Alex Verdugo is off the plate wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Hunter Green back to work quickly. 99 right down the pipe on the outer edge. Evens up the count at 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch, swing and a miss, slider, 1-2. What you'll see from Hunter Green is a 3-pitch mix, and it's predominantly a 2-pitch mix, but they're good ones. A 4-seam fastball that comes in at 59% of the time, the slider at 32%, and then the splitter, to keep you honest, at 9%. He throws the splitter more often to the left-hander than he does the right-hander. So for the right-handers, the 1-2 pops back the 100-mile-an-hour fastball into the crowd, out of play. Let's do it again. For the right-handed batter, they primarily are going to see a fastball and a slider, and the slider he keeps in and out of the zone to keep you guessing. The 1-2, 100, outer edge, 2-2. Told you he's got a live arm. It's one of the highest EVOs for a starting pitcher in all of baseball. The 2-2 in the dirt, 3-2. To add to it is a very small sample size of Atlanta Braves batters who have seen Hunter Green. Hopefully they can work the count up and get him out early. The payoff pitch, swing, hits it over to second. Should be an easy play for McLean. It is. He flips it to Steer, one away. Cincinnati Reds infield. Fans out like this around the horn from third to first. Espinal, Ellie De La Cruz, McLean, and Steer. Stevenson is behind the plate. In the outfield, they fan out from left to right. Hurtubise, Friedel, and Hines. First pitch to Riley is a swing and a miss fastball, 101 miles an hour. Woo! He's bringing it. It's 0-1. The 0-1 inside almost gets him. Riley, do not get hit by a 100-mile-an-hour pitch in the hand, please. Can't deal with that again. You refuse to wear any kind of gear up there around your hands to protect you. As the 1-1 slider's in the dirt, down and away, 2-1. A lot of times what you'll see Green do is he will use that slider to purposely hit the bottom end of the zone for the right-handers, and then other times he's purposely trying to miss. The 2-1 swing, pops it back foul, 100 miles an hour, 2-2. 2-2 count. Austin Riley batting .290 on the year with an .832 OPS, 8 homers, 25 RBI. The 2-2. Swing, rattles it back foul. We'll do it again. And then to add to the frustration tonight is that Alan Porter always has a very big strike zone. So runs are expected to come at a premium. The 2-2. Slider. Swing, fouls it away. Just got a piece of that. Good job by Riley. It's not that he doesn't throw the splitter to the right-handers, but he usually only does it when he feels like he's got to get him off balance. In other words, if it's a long at bat or a guy's really had good numbers on him, etc., etc. The 2-2 from Green. They set up outside. Swing. That ball's chopped over to second. Quickly played by McLean. Another 4-3 put out, 2 down. I find it interesting that a guy like Green, who throws the ball hard, and to a right-hander they would have the infield back into the left playing him to pull, but that's exactly what they did with Riley, and it's what they're doing with Ozuna as he climbs into the box. Marcell Ozuna, last night's hero, with the walk-off RBI, first pitch, 101 miles an hour. A little off the edge, but in a blur like that, you're probably going to get the call. It's 0-1. Ozuna, 5 home runs, 13 RBI. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 101 mile an hour sizzler. It's 0-2. They do have 16 pitches in on Green here in the first, so that's a decent start. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Ozuna saying something to Porter, probably something like, did you see it? Because I damn sure didn't. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
I don't know how many years on this earth I got left. I'm going to get real weird with it.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by The Best Things in Life, which are still free with minimum purchase at participating dealers.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
me tell you something. If the U.S. government decides to stick a tracking device up your ass, you say thank you and God bless America.
Bruh, my ex was like, are you already talking to someone else? I was like, duh, there's a wait list.
February 1901. If we had waited for the National League to do something for us, we would have remained a minor league forever. The American League will be the principal organization of the country within a very short time. Mark my prediction. Ban Johnson.
Join us for Braves Country Baseball, first pitch to last pitch, right here.
To everyone who watches my life and gossips about it, don't give up. Season 2 is about to come out.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Grant Holmes is 94 miles an hour. Right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Grant, one strikeout so far. Brings it. Swing and a miss. 94. It's 0-2. (0-2) count. Kicks and brings it. 95 outside wide, 1-2. Grant Holmes with a long first inning, giving up those 2 runs. He's at 22 pitches right now. Really bailed out by the bad base running by Ellie De La Cruz is the 1-2. Swing, slices it down the right field line, foul and out of play. That was a godsend because that was going to be 1 out with the runner in scoring position in the heart of the order. Instead, it cleared the bases, though they did get the run. That was coming home anyways. That high chopper, Riley had no chance to come home. The 1-2. Swing. Hits it over to Allen. Allen brings it across the diamond. He'll flip it to Olsen, and it's a 6-3 putout. 1 away. One down. Hit that out-of-town scoreboard for you real quick. There's a lot of games in the books. We'll do those first. Dodgers pound the Marlins 10-1. That game was scoreless in like the 6th inning. I didn't really watch it. I just had it on in the background. Next thing I know, the Marlins marlined. First pitch on the way to Stevenson is a swing and miss strike. It's 0-1. Mets take care of the Diamondbacks in the series finale in that one, 7-1. Mariners 6-5 over the A's. The 0-1. Brings it. Curveball in the dirt. 1-1. Giants and Robbie Ray take out the Cubs in Wrigley Field today, 3-1. Cardinals blank the Pirates 5-0. 1-1. Swing, fouls it away. 1-2. Watching they had the minor league pitcher that is a big-time prospect for the Pittsburgh Pirates on today, Bubba Chandler, and he looked pretty good. He's got some pretty good stuff, obviously still raw, but he's got some really good stuff. I got a note on that for you Reds fans, by the way, the 1-2 swing. That ball's ripped over to short. Here goes Allen. He'll flip it to first. 2 down. Other games in the books, the Astros beat the Brewers 9-1. The Guardians outlast the Nationals 8-6. Games that are going on right now. Rangers and Red Sox 1-0 in the 4th. Rays and Phillies 0-0 in the 2nd. Padres and Yankees, they're scoreless in the 2nd as well. And that's it. We got a few games that are starting here in a little bit. Hurtubise comes to the plate. First pitch on the way. Rip down the first base line. Foul. Four-seam fastball. He was dialed in on that one. It's 0-1. Infield is back and to the right. Playing Jacob Hurtubise to pull, and probably a good idea after that swing. The 0-1. Nice little curveball on the outer edge. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Brings and fires. Slider in the dirt. Misses well of the zone. 1-2. Same two teams tomorrow night. It's a 4-game series, not a 3-game series. 7:15 first pitch once again. The 1-2 in the dirt. Getting very close to hitting his back foot. 2-2. So Grant Holmes struggling with command tonight. The 2-2. Trying to get a chase of slider once again. Full count. Grant Holmes comes set. Swing rips it just down the first base line. Foul. Another 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Another one well in front of him. There's a couple of scouts that were going back and forth talking about Chase Burns, the right-hander in the Cincinnati Reds organization today. Is the payoff pitch. Swing, chops that over to Olsen. He's got it. He'll flip it to Grant. He'll step on the bag, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the second. More on Chase Burns when we come back.
I play real sports. I'm trying to be the best at exercising. I'm Teddy Powers! I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
On this date, 1903, in the first game, which will become one of baseball's and sports' fiercest rivalries, begins. The first game between the Boston Pilgrims and the New York Highlanders. The Pilgrims beat the Highlanders at Boston's Huntington Avenue grounds 6-2. The teams will change their names, but the competition will increase as the Red Sox and the Yankees become legendary. On this date in 1917, Boston Red Sox left-hander Babe Ruth outduels Walter Johnson in the team's 1-0 victory over the Senators at Griffin Stadium. An 8-inning sacrifice fly hit by the Boston southpaw scores the game's only run. That RBI is one of 2,214 that the Bambino will record in his career. And on this date in 1991, Darryl Strawberry returns to New York as a Los Angeles Dodger. The crowd of 49,118, mostly booing fans, watches him hit a 2-run homer and then cheer him when he makes the last out of the game with the tying and winning runs on base in the New York Mets 6-5 victory. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Matt Olson is a slider right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. The 0-1 to Matty. Swing and a miss. Slider down around his ankles. It's 0-2. I would love to see what a 102-mile-an-hour fastball would look like off the bat of Olson if he can get in front of it. The 0-2. 100. Misses high. 1-2. I mean, we're talking about that thing could leave the stadium on a sonic boom. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. Hunter Green at 20 pitches, so he's pretty good on that front. You'd like to run some pitch counts up on Green in the next few innings. Braves trail at 2-0, bottom of the second. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. 101 miles an hour. Right down the pipe. One away. Just filthy fastball. Ozzie Albies the batter. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Slider. It's 0-1. Really hoping Tim Hyer would have some kind of an influence on these batters, especially Ozzie and a couple others early in the game as the 0-1 down and in. 1-1. Thankfully, he missed that one, but you've never seen the guy before. Quit trying to headhunt the first pitch. It's like they're playing a video game. 1-1. Swing. Pops it back foul. It's 1-2. The whole idea is to have him work as much as he can. You see enough pitches you can, so the second and third time through the lineup, you've got a much better idea of what's going on. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That was a disgusting display right there, 2 away. He had no chance at that slider, and yet you could have given him an oar, he wouldn't have hit that. 2 down. First pitch on the way to Michael Harris. He swung on and sawed off foul. It's 0-1. Thankfully, that one went out of play. So many times you're seeing these guys, they swing at the first pitch like that, a jam shot, and it's a pop fly. And so not only is it a quick out, but you didn't get to see the pitcher. The 0-1, swing and a miss, blew it right by him. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. We noticed this earlier in the series too. Remember, they kept throwing the high fastball to Harris. He couldn't keep up with it. I can't imagine the high fastball with Green's going to be much better, but we'll see what happens. The name of this game is going to be get into that bullpen. The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Yeah, he can't handle the high heat. Reds have picked up on it. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
I just want to let you know that if I'm on your For You page, you probably smoke too much weed and you're a little bit mentally unstable.
10 things you may not know about Honus Wagner. Number 1. As a child, Johannes Peter was called Hans by his mother, which later evolved into Honus. Number 2. 3 of his brothers went on to become professional baseball players as well. His older brother, Albert Butts Wagner, is credited with getting him his first tryout. Number 3. In 1898, he won a distance contest in Louisville by throwing a baseball more than 403 feet. Number 4. When the American League began in 1901, the Chicago White Sox offered Wagner a $20,000 contract, but he turned it down, choosing instead to stay with the Pirates. Number 5. When he fielded grounders, his huge hands collected large scoops of infield dirt, which accompanied his throws to first like a tail of a comet. Number 6. In 1905, he signed a contract to produce the first bat with a player's signature, the Louisville Slugger, becoming the first sports person to endorse a commercial product. Number 7. In 1916, at the age of 42, he became the oldest player to hit an inside-the-park home run. Number 8. He starred as a sports hero in 1919 Spring Fever with Mo Howard and Shim Howard of the Three Stooges. Number 9. He was appointed as a deputy of the Allegheny County Sheriff's Office in 1942 after he ran for office of sheriff and lost. And last but not least, number 10. A sporting goods store in downtown Pittsburgh was named after him and operated for 93 years before closing permanently in 2011.
Sometimes the grass looks greener because it's fake.
That's how you light a fire under their butts. You get them going with some inspiration.
Too much talking, 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 too much talking.
Hey, Torch. Hey, Lisa. You miss me? Not much.
It is played everywhere, in parks and playgrounds and prison yards, in back alleys and farmers' fields, by small boys and old men, raw amateurs and millionaire professionals. It is a leisurely game that demands blinding speed.
Welcome back. Mike was asking if that was an immaculate inning. It was not, but it was darn close. First pitch on the way to Grant Holmes, from Grant Holmes, excuse me, is a swing and a miss strike slider. It's 0-1. If you remember, there was a bowl on Ozzie Albies. The 0-1, swing and a miss. 0-2. Hunter Green with 4 strikeouts already. Seems like he's got 9 through 2 innings. He's just blowing it by him. You're hoping they can make some adjustments the second time through the order. The 0-2, Hines, the number 9 hitter. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him. 1 away. You're right, Kerry. He's fun to watch. But yeah, so the Chase Burns thing, I got sidetracked on that. So there were some scouts debating this, and they said right now they've taken up to number 12 in the top 100 of all Major League Baseball. First pitch on the way to Friedel, who's 1 for 1 with the solo blast. Pitch misses in the dirt. It's 1-0. And not only is he up to number 12, he's 1-0. Swing. That ball's lifted. That ball's blasted. That ball's going back. She got him. So Grant Holmes getting taken to school by T.J. Friedel. The guy who's got 1 home run on the year. He's blasted 2 down the throat of Grant Holmes, and it's 3-0 Cincinnati. That Chase Burns, they're saying that not only is he number 12 in the top 100 they've moved him up to, said by this time that next year they would be shocked if he's not the number 1 pitching prospect, and he's not that far right now. That's something that Reds fans have something to look forward to, which is a good thing because Hunter Green's going to leave for free agency before you know it. First pitch on the way to McLean is inside for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 brings it. Swing and a miss. 95 right down the pipe. It's 0-2. So Grant's got a tall hill to climb here. It's fallen behind 3-0 to Hunter Green, who's looking like he's in peak form. The 0-2. Swing fouls it back. Do it again. If the Braves can come back and win this game, they will be at 500 for the first time since opening day. If not, it's back to the drawing board. Schwellenbach does pitch tomorrow night, so you feel good about that one. When we did the preview of this series, we talked about this was the matchup you were the most worried about. The 0-2 caught, looking strike 3. Slider up there at the top, got him. 2 away. But a long way to go, and we've seen that bullpen implode, so don't give up hope, Braves country. Juan Soto homered again 2 times in one day. It's the second time he's done it this season. Hit his 6th and 7th home run of the year. First pitch on the way to Ellie De La Cruz is a changeup off the plate. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing, chops it over to first. And Holmes covering the bag. That'll end the inning. 3-1 on the putout. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Braves, bottom of the order. Can they keep up with 100 miles an hour? This ought to be interesting. We'll be back in a flash.
You call it nagging. I call it listen to what I've said the first time.
5-2 Dodgers in the 9th. Got him. They've done it. Like the 1969 Mets. It's the impossible dream revisited.
And Myers bringing it. And the pitch is hit in the air. Foul off first. Benzinger backing and calling. And the 1990 World Championship belongs to the Cincinnati Reds.
Bell, left field, way back. Blue Jays win it. The Blue Jays are World Series champions as Joe Carter hits a 3-run home run in the 9th inning, and the Blue Jays have repeated as World Series champions.
I be like, why these people staring at me? I be forgetting I'm fine.
When the National League dropped 4 of its less profitable teams, Johnson saw his chance. He established new clubs in Boston, Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Washington. Snapped up newly unemployed players, then began raiding active National League rosters. Lured by an average of $500 more per season, 111 National League players jumped to ban Johnson's brand new American League, including the great pitchers Cy Young and Rube Waddell, and the notorious John McGraw. The National League owners complained, threatened, mounted lawsuits, quarreled among themselves, but they could do nothing. Van Johnson was not going to go away.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Eli White, 99-mile-an-hour fastball that's pounded towards the third base dugout. It's 0-1. Green, by the way, that was his 30th pitch of the night. He's good on that front. The 0-1, set up outside. Chase the slider, pops it up. Lazy fly ball into foul territory. Just gets into the camera well. Eli White will live to tell the tale. It's 0-2. (0-2) count. Green brings the fastball 100 miles an hour. Smoke job inside. It's 1-2. Braves nothing, Cincinnati 3. Two solo shots by the leadoff hitter TJ Friedel as the 1-2 slider is slapped down the first base line. Looks like it might have broke his bat. Eli will get the new one. He's trying to poke that down the first base line. If that thing stays fair, he runs for days. (1-2) count. Eli climbs back into the box. Here's the pitch. Fastball, swing, lifts it. High into right field. Bending, bending, bending. Just out of the reach of Hines. The right fielder giving chase. As it smacks the screen right there in that corner. So if nothing else, he's making him work a little bit. This will be the sixth pitch. Swing! Fists it towards McLean. He's got to hurry. Fires it over to first. They're going to punch him out. See if the Braves may want to look at this. It was close. Eli doesn't look like he thinks he's safe. No? Well, maybe. All right, I'm wrong. Weiss believes so. I thought it looked close, but we'll have to see what happens here. Oh, yeah, he's absolutely safe. For those listening on radio, about a quarter step. I mean, it's not that egregious of a call, but I was just surprised that someone could make it that close because Eli is so fast down the line. I like that nickname that I've seen a couple of y'all throwing in there, calling him White Lightning on the base paths. And he just, I mean, he glides across the field. If they don't overturn this, someone took the under. If he gets on, if it is ruled a base hit, it'll be the first base hit of the game. As right now, Hunter Green has a perfecto going. Here comes the call from Alan Porter from up top. He is safe. So there we go. First base runner. That'll bring the Book of Drake up to the plate. Excuse me, the Drake. Book of Eli is at first. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss slider. It's 0-1. With Eli bouncing back and forth at first, we'll show you the action screen. Infield is back and to the right. The 0-1. Down and in. 1-1. Drake Baldwin obviously has not seen Hunter Green before. It's got to be a shock to the system for a rookie to see a starter bringing triple digits regularly. The 1-1. Fastball misses high. 2-1. 2-1 count. Eli kind of leaning. Now he'll stay. The 2-1 pitch. Swing. That ball's ripped into center field. That's down for a base hit. And the Drake sends Eli White hustling down to second base. And the ball just hit in front of the center fielder. So no chance for any kind of shenanigans.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
Eli had to stay about halfway as that ball was staying up a little bit. By the time Friedel got to it, kind of froze him. First pitch on the way to Nick Allen. He shows bunt, misses the ball entirely as it was high and out of the zone. It's 0-1. I like the idea here, trying to bunt against Green. Try to get some runners over to second and third and the top of the order due up. The 0-1. Slider misses outside, 1-1. 1-1 count. It's going to be a tough thing for Nick Allen to try to pull a bunt off, though. You got a guy who only throws essentially fastballs and sliders to right-handers. Is the 1-1. Swing and a miss slider. It's 1-2. So the slider's going away from you. And even if you make contact with it, you're probably going to bang it foul. And then that fastball sizzling in there, that's really hard to get on top of. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Down on strikes is Allen. First time he's seen Green. 1 away. Alex Verdugo will come to the plate. This would be a good time for him to hit his first home run as an Atlanta Brave, wouldn't it? He's 0 for 1 with a ground out in the first. As the lineup flips over, first and second, 1 out. Verdugo stands in, first pitch. Slider, grabs the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it. Swing and a miss, splitter. 0-2. 0-2 count. First and second, 1 out. Standing on deck is Riley. Verdugo trying to find any way to get aboard. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew it right by him. Strike 3. 101 miles an hour, 2 away. Two down, and Austin Riley will be the batter. They had a pretty interesting stat up today on MLB. Lowest ERAs through 7 starts with the Yankees. Through their first 7 starts. The Green turns around and flips it over to second, try to get Eli White picked off. Well under the tag. This is all time. First 7 starts in the modern era. First pitch on the way to Austin Riley is 100 miles an hour at the knees. It's 0-1. Max Fried has the lowest ERA of any of them. And we're talking about guys who pitched in the 70s. Phil Niekro, Rob Gardner, Ruddy May. The 0-1 in the dirt. 1-1. He has a 1.01 ERA. Necro had 103 in 84 at that mark. Gardner 121 in 72, and Rudy May 125 in 1974. That's saying something. The 1-1 swing, fouls it back. Do it again. Corbin Carroll, we just saw him last week. He had his 11th home run, and nobody's talking about him for as an MVP, but if the Snakes stay in it, keep an eye on that. The 1-2, swing, pops it back foul, 100 miles an hour. Do it again. One thing they have done here with Green, even if they can't get across here, they have run his pitch count up to 50 now here in the 3rd inning. So that is a positive, the 1-2. Slider misses, 2-2. Marcell Ozuna stands on deck with 2 outs. Olsen is in the hole. The 2-2. Slider way outside wide, 3-2. So now what you have is the runners will be off to the races with good speed out there. Anything that gets down will score at least 1. The payoff pitch to Riley. Runners go. Swing! Lifts it into center field. That'll die in the glove of Friedel, and that'll end the inning. So the Braves starting to crack through on this starter. We'll head to the top of the 4th, trailing 3-0.
I don't feel like you've done enough today to even get a participation trophy.
Riggins. He's going to go all the way unless Blackwood can catch him, and he can't. 3rd and 3. We'll see a pickup sometime on the right side, possibly. Montana looking, throwing in the end zone. Caught it! Dwight Clark!
Only 12 seconds left to play 3rd quarter. Here's Marcus Allen cutting back upfield, and Marcus Allen could be gone. 74 yards for Marcus Allen.
The quiet man of this football team, Scott Norwood. He can fire the shot heard round the world now. Here we go with 8 seconds to play. High drama here in the Super Bowl. But in the end, it's got the distance. It is. No good!
You know how I feel. I will be proud to lead you wonderful guys into battle anytime, anywhere.
Being alone isn't that bad. It's a great opportunity to get to know yourself and be comfortable with who you are.
I already love myself. I just want to French someone.
In 1903, weakened by their own squabbling, the National League owners sued for peace. Van Johnson had won. A new national agreement was negotiated. Now there would be 2 major leagues, separate but equal, honoring one another's contracts, both retaining the reserve clause that kept players bound to their owners for life. A 3-man national commission was appointed to settle disputes and see that the regulations were enforced. Power was supposed to be shared equally, but Van Johnson saw to it that he was really in charge. The players were not represented.
Atlanta Braves trail this one 3-0. We head to the top of the 4th. Cleanup hitter Gavin Lux leads off for the Reds. First pitch on the way. Curve at the knees. Snaps in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Lux grounded into a double play his first time up. The 0-1. Swing. Rifles it foul. 1-2. It's a little misleading, but it technically was a double play. That's how they have it up on their banner, but it was a ground out, 5-3 put out, and then after the play, Ellie De La Cruz got picked off going from 2nd to 3rd and diving back to 2nd. The 0-2 swing rips it up the middle. Another hard hit ball. And it's a leadoff single for the Reds. Grant Holmes has given up 5 hits now, 3 runs, 3 strikeouts. Green, on the other hand, 2 hits, no runs, and 6 strikeouts. So trouble brewing again in this inning, 1 on, nobody out. That'll bring Espinal to the plate. First pitch, 93, right there, smacks the black on the intercut. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Right-hander delivers. Slider down and away. Did he go around? They check down the line. Don't believe he did. We'll see what first base umpire Brian Walsh says. No, he says no dice. 1-1. 1-1 count. Top of the fourth, still a long way to go in this one. Here's the pitch from Holmes. Slider nowhere near the zone, 2-1. He's missing pretty badly on these pitches. He's had traffic all over the base paths tonight. The 2-1. Swing, slaps it over to first. Olsen has it. He'll flip it to Holmes covering first. He thought about going over to second, but it was going to be a tough play. I think Olsen was trying to prevent a big inning. Had a hard time getting the ball out of his glove originally, and once it started to bobble, he just turned around and flipped it over to Holmes. I think if he gets that cleanly out of his glove, he rifles it down there. So a smart play by Olsen. That'll bring Steer to the plate. First pitch swinging, cranks it into center field. Ball is caught by Harris. He'll fire it back into the infield. Lux will slam on the brakes and stay put. 2 away. Two down. That'll bring Tyler Stevenson to the plate. Grounded out his first time up. He's got a home run and 3 RBI. First pitch. Swing. Fouls a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Out of reach. It's 0-1. The 0-1, right there at the knees. It's 0-2. Braves nothing, Reds 3. Top of the fourth inning. Here's the pitch. Swing. That ball's lifted into left field, and that's going to get down, and that will score a run. Verdugo is still going to try to throw it to home. There was no way he was getting the runner on that. Just kind of a looping, soft liner that got over the defense, and it's 4-0 Reds. Another hanging curveball there by Holmes. Phil about 5 feet in front of Verdugo. Had a lot of top spin on. I thought it might stay up for a minute, but it just kept spiking towards the ground. First pitch, cutter, up top to Hurtubise is right there, first strike. It's 0-1. Philly leads the Rays 3-0, so bad news down in Tampa. They're in the fourth. That pitch right there will miss out of the zone. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Curveball slaps the edge. 1-2. Holmes is still at a decent pitch count. He's just not pitching well. It's at 60 pitches here in the fourth. The 1-2 swing, pops it up high into left field. Going in, who wants it? My God, Riley grabs it. Allen almost trucked him as he was making the catch. I don't know if he was calling off Riley. That is technically Allen's play. Lack of communication out there somewhere. Braves trail 4-0. We'll be back in a flash.
Who is Duffy?
Duffy is my muse, and he also runs the cult that I'm in.
Dad, how'd I do in my baseball game? You did okay. Just okay? Well, you seem a little scared of the ball. Yes, I am, huh? I'm very scared of the ball. Yeah, I see that. At one point, I actually tried to hide the ball. Yeah, but they caught you. Yeah, they were like, you gotta throw that back to us. So I had to give it to them. Yeah, I saw that. I'm just so scared it's gonna hit me. You can't be scared of the ball. Is that why you don't swing the bat? Wait, what? Is that why you don't swing the bat? I'm supposed to swing the bat? Yeah, why do you think they're throwing the ball? I didn't know why. What do you mean? I thought he just didn't like me. No, you're supposed to swing at the ball. Okay, well, next time I'll swing. I got on base, though. Yeah, by a walk, I guess. No, I ran as fast as I could. No, I'm saying you were walking. walked by. No, Eddie's mom has it on video. I ran to the base. You can even. You got 4 balls. Right. That's when I got walked. I remember about that. And later you had a chance to steal second. Why didn't you? Steal second base? Yeah. Why didn't you steal second? Like just take it so they can't stand on it? No, I'm saying steal second base. Like you can't just take the base because then they'll have to say the game's over. Never mind. You had a great game. Really? Because everyone's saying I'm the reason we lost. Oh, because when the guy hit the ball and I grabbed the ball and I put it in my pants. Yeah. Why did you do that? 3 guys scored. I was trying to do a trick I saw on America's Got Talent. I was going to make the ball. You know, maybe you shouldn't play baseball. Yeah, I might quit. Really? Do you think your coach would get mad? No, not at all. No, you don't think? No, he actually suggested it.
You play to win the game.
The idea of going to the ballpark, say in 1900, was that the urban masses would get a taste of country pastoral air, that they would breathe in, that their lungs would expand by cheering. Baseball grew in the cities. It is an outgrowth of gambling, it's an outgrowth of crookedness, it's an outgrowth of drinking, it's a roistering, boisterous event. It is as wild as the Wild West.
Well, you don't like to see this if you're a Reds fan especially. Hunter Green's coming out of the game. He was warming up. They're showing the video of it right now. And he threw a pitch in the dirt and immediately hollered out for the training staff. Braves trail 4-0. He's been utterly dominant, but you don't like to see that. I don't want to see anybody injured. That'll bring the left-hander in. As we'll head to a quick break. They're going to give him plenty of time to warm up because obviously they had no prior knowledge that he was going to have to come in and warm up. Hunter Green is out of the game. Bottom of the 4th we go. The Braves trail 4-0, but they no longer have to face Hunter Green. He is headed to the clubhouse. Hopefully it's a minor injury.
Hey, I know y'all heard of fear of missing out, but I think I have the exact opposite. I call it fear of being included.
Oh, I could never take that long to do my makeup. I just do my makeup in 10 minutes and I go. I know, Karen. I know. I can tell.
So, Dad, you've been married for a while. What are the secrets?
You need to learn to read the signs.
The signs?
Yeah. Women have 5 deadly terms they use.
Deadly terms.
Number 1, fine. It's not fine. She's basically just ending the argument. She thinks she's won, and you might as well move on from that.
Okay.
Number 2, nothing. That definitely means something. No one knows what it is, but just be afraid.
All right.
Number 3, go ahead. Yeah, don't do that. She's not giving you permission. She's basically daring you to do it. Don't do it. Number 4, whatever. That's basically a woman's way of saying screw you. Number 5, that's okay. Yeah, it's not okay, and if you do it, you're going to pay later. So,
okay.
You know what I mean?
I'll keep those in mind then. So.
Hey, wait a minute. A bonus word. Wow. That's not a compliment like I first thought. That's actually her way of saying she didn't realize that someone could be so stupid.
Just outside the old Huntington Avenue ballpark, home of the Boston Pilgrims of the New American League, stood the Third Base Saloon, so called because it was the fans' last stop on the way home. Its owner was the bartender, Mike McGreevy, known as Nuff Said, because he was the final arbiter of all barroom disputes. His customers, Irish immigrants mostly, called themselves the Royal Rooters and considered themselves the most loyal of all Boston fans, though their loyalty was actually comparatively new. They had been National League fans until the National Leaguers raised ticket prices 2 years earlier.
Welcome back. Brent Suter, the left-hander, the 2.3 ERA in 10 outings, 7 strikeouts versus 2 walks. Stands in to face Marcell Ozuna. First pitch on the way. It's 88, down below the knees. It's 1-0. Give you a heads up here. We are facing bad weather in my area of the studio. As the 1-0 misses high 2-0. If I lose you, that's why. We have pushed the post-game show to tomorrow night because it looks like really bad weather. We just don't think it's going to be worth trying to get it under. The 2-0 swung on, lifted high and deep into right field. That'll be a lazy fly ball right there at the warning track. Hines with the catch. 1 away. This will turn into a bullpen game for the Cincinnati Reds. They are leading 4-0. Suter, 35-year-old out of Chicago, Illinois. Played his college ball at Harvard. First pitch on the way is a slider right across the stripes for a strike. It's 0-1. Matt Olson, your batter. No official word on what happened to Hunter Green. Is the 0-1 swing and a miss? It's 0-2. You hear anything else, it's all just guessing and speculation. So an 0-2 count. We'll keep you updated. The 0-2. Slider down and away. The 1-2. Caught looking strike 3. Well, Olson, best seat in the house. 2 away. 2 down. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies. He's outside for a ball. It's 1-0. He'll flip over to the right side with the left-hander up. The 1-0. 4-seam at the knees. 1-1. The 1-1. Swing. Rips it down the baseline foul. It's 1-2. The 1-2 from Suter. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1-2-3, the Braves go in order. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the 5th we go. Trailing 4-0.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm really down.
Why is that? About the doctor's diagnosis?
Yeah, 6 months left. I mean, that's just not much.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I know. Get married.
Why? I mean, does that make me live longer?
No, but it'll make it seem like forever.
I think we really need to be in front of a television set. You take TV out of this relationship, it is just torture.
Man, the way that so many of y'all get on this app every single day and clock in, punching your time card like it is your duty to comment on every single video that you come across, just looking for an argument. Just begging everybody, please argue with me. You just need somebody to talk to, huh? I mean, is that it? What's going on at home, babe? I'm not offering. Don't call me. Circling back to the therapy option, let's start there. You need help. This behavior isn't normal. Let's take a break from the tic-tac videos and unpack those mommy issues.
They're talking good about you. You want to read that Twitter machine, man. Everybody's getting on that Twitter machine. You want to read it. My Twitter machine is turned off.
On October 1st, 1903, Nuff Said and his Royal Rooters were among the first to pass through the turnstiles to see the Boston Pilgrims take on the Pittsburgh Pirates in the very first championship series between the two leagues. It would be a best-of-9 game contest. Realizing that this was a golden opportunity to prove the superiority of his new league, Van Johnson ordered the Boston owner to beat Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh had been favored to win, but Boston was aided by a series of disasters that undercut the Pirates. One pitcher had been injured. Their star shortstop, Honus Wagner, was playing hurt. And just as the series got underway, Ed Doheny, another pitcher, suffered a mental breakdown and was sent to an asylum.
Grant Holmes goes back to work. First pitch swinging by Hines. Chops it foul down the third baseline. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Grant Holmes at 62 pitches. Reese Hines, 24-year-old, out of Niceville, Florida. 49th pick by the Reds in 2019. The 0-1 swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Last year, he batted .261 in 46 at-bats with 5 home runs, 16 strikeouts, 24 games played. This is his first appearance in 2025. The 0-2. Swing, chops it foul, just got a piece of it. Keep it alive. He is 6'3", 215 pounds. Made his major league debut last year in July. Is the 0-2. Down and away, 1-2. He played in the IMG Academy down there in Bradenton, Florida, and that's known as a baseball factory, essentially, is the 1-2. Slider misses down and away, 2-2. He was a member of the 2019 USA Today Super 25 National Championship team. Finished second to some guy by the name of Bobby Witt Jr. As the 2-2's in the dirt, 3-2. In the Major League Baseball 2018 Home Run Derby at Nationals Park. Full count. Caught looking, strike 3. 95P at the knees, one away. Hines was hoping for the call, but I think he probably knew. He kind of paused, was thinking about taking off his shin guard on his left foot, and then he just kind of froze, and when he rang up, he was kind of like, yeah, fair enough. One down. Friedel, who's 2 for 2 with 2 home runs. Whatever you've been doing, Grant, try something else. First pitch is a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. High and out of the zone is 1-0. First time it was that hanging curve. It's the 1-0. Slider down and in. 2-0. Second time, it was a cutter that didn't cut. 2-0 count. Grant Holmes comes set. He will bring it. Cutter, high and out of the zone. 3-0. He's pitching around him like he's Barry Bonds right now. He's giving up the 2 home runs. He's like, I don't want any part of this guy. I'm going to walk him. See if I can get McLean to bang into a double play or something. The 3-0 count. Down and in. It hit the zone, but he didn't get the call. One of the few times Alan Porter didn't expand the zone. That ball was actually, every bit of it was inside the strike zone. Looking at it again on the pitch tracks. What are they saying? 88% of it was in the zone. The blown call by Porter, but probably didn't make much of a difference. First pitch on the way. 91, high and inside. It's 1-0. 5 balls in a row now by Grant Holmes. 8 of his last 9 pitches. He's going to flip it over to first to keep the runner Friedel close by. Braves trail 4-0. Top of the 5th inning. Philly all over Tampa 6-0 in the 5th. So you can put that one to bed. 1-0. 95 off the plate. 2-0. I believe Christopher Sanchez is pitching for Philly tonight too, so that's the main reason. Put that to bed. You're not going to get 6 runs off of Sanchez. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2-1, good slider. One of his better sliders of the night. Started about just below the belt, middle of the plate, and then just took a nosedive out of the zone. Two, 1 count. Oh, right there. Good slider. 2-2. Smacked the track on that one. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Went slider, slider, slider. 2 away. Here, Grant Holmes, you know the assignment's to keep it right here at 4 runs. You don't want to get it much further. Turn it over to the bullpen. He's only at 77 pitches, so if he's pitching well, he could find himself through 6. First pitch to Ellie De La Cruz is a slider that misses. It's 1-0. 1-0. Comes set. Turns around, flips it over to first to keep Friedel close by. New batter, so that's his first move over there. The 1-0. Slider misses 2-0. 2-0 count. Grant Holmes, 94, well off the plate. Ball 3, 3-0. He's really pitching around De La Cruz. He's at 80 pitches, but he's already got Kranitz on the horn. He's waking up the bullpen as we speak. The 3-0. Right there, P at the knees, 95. 3-1. Good pitch by Holmes. The 3-1 brings it. Swing, rattles it down the line, foul and out of play. So a full count now, which means Friedel will be off to the races with 2 outs. Holmes comes set, runner goes. Swing, chops it over to first. Olsen will put it over to Holmes, and there you go, through another inning, trying to keep us in the game. Let's get him some runs, Braves country, when we return.
I play real sports, not trying to be the best at exercising. I'm Teddy Powers! I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in
Yeah, you are.
Armchair
presents the world's first star in your own radio commercial. Okay, guys, whenever you hear this sound, insert your name.
Hi there.
Braves country.
Sorry I'm late. Sometimes there just aren't enough hours in the day to be a neurosurgeon and a swimwear model. Oh, am I thirsty? How about it?
Braves country.
Got anything tall and cool? Oh, those.
Braves country.
You are so thoughtful. But of course,
Braves country.
The first choice for every occasion. You know, I have a confession to make. If I ever had a son, I'd want to name him
Braves country.
Oh.
Braves country.
Come here. Now.
Braves country. Braves country. Braves country.
Well, you did very well in your first commercial.
Braves country.
Have a
Braves country.
You've earned it.
Armchair.
Do you ever miss the six-pack when you blow up between fights?
I'd rather be fat and happy than ripped. And like these people who are ripped all year round aren't happy. I'm not arsed. I don't care what they say. This six-pack's sound. I look great, but I'd rather be fat and happy, lad.
I think those Boston fans actually won that series for the Pilgrims. We beat them 3 out of the first 4 games, and then they'd start singing that damn Tessie song. You could hardly play ball. They were singing Tessie so damn loud. Like when Honus Wagner came to bat, they'd sing, Honus, why do you hit so badly?
The Boston Americans made it 5 victories out of 8 games played, which gives them a clear title to the highest honor ever achieved in baseball, Boston Globe.
The games proved so popular that the two leagues decided to hold a championship series every year. A team from Boston had beaten a team from Pittsburgh just 650 miles away. But the owners...
You shut up! You shut up! I'm so scared right now, you shut up! Are you doing this? No, I'm doing this!
First pitch to Harris was down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Lefty-lefty matchup. 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Four-seam fastball there on the inner track. The 2-1. In the dirt, 3-1. You're just joining us, Hunter Green out via injury. Is warming up heading into the 4th inning as the 3-1. Pops it up. Can of corn. Who wants it? Fair catch is made by the first baseman, Steer, just past the dirt on the infield, 1 down. Hate to see him give away an at bat like that. He had a 3-1 count and then just had a winding swing that popped up the pitch. To start here in the 5th, first pitch on the way to Eli, swing and a miss. Coming out of his shoes on that changeup, it's 0-1. Eli White batting .313. The 0-1 foul back, it's 0-2. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Pitch way high out of the zone. Four-seam fastball goes all the way to the backstop. With Eli's speed, I'd have been swinging at that thing because that catcher would have never gotten that ball in time to get Eli busting it down the track with 2 strikes. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. They said he went around. I'm not sure about that one, but not like you're going to win that argument. 2 away. It's pretty close. Two down. First pitch swinging by Baldwin. That ball's blasted. Is it? Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-llama, ding-dong. A solo shot in the drag. 3rd home run of the year, 7th RBI.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
First pitch on the way to Nick Allen as a sinker sizzled down the right field line. It's 0-1. A couple of outlets are calling it a groin injury, but the Cincinnati Reds have not given it an official name as the 0-1's chopped over to third. Should be an easy play. It is. 5-3 put out. Allen down with these, and that'll end the inning. But not before your Atlanta Braves do put one on the board. We're back in it. It's 4-1. We go to the top of the 6th.
Oh.
What?
What's the difference between an enzyme and a hormone?
An enzyme? I don't know.
You can't hear an enzyme.
What do you mean you can't hear an enzyme? So you can't hear an enzyme, but you can hear a hormone? Oh my God, you're such an idiot.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. we're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
This one time, a boyfriend cheated on me, and I broke up with him on our way home. And while we were driving, he got so mad at me that he took my glasses off my face and threw them out the window. Was just like, all right, if you don't want to see me, then you don't need to see anyone. Good luck finding someone better, and also your way home. You, John.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by The Best Things in Life, which are still free with minimum purchase at participating dealers.
The Cubs' pitching mainstay was an Indiana farm boy, Mordecai Peter Centennial Brown, better known as Three Finger Brown, because of a boyhood accident with a feed cutter that destroyed most of his right index finger, paralyzed his little finger, and gave him a devastating curveball. Brown won 20 or more games, 6 years in a row.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Gavin Lux. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Comes set. Kicks and fires. Grant Holmes fires a cutter up top. Fouls it back. It's 1-1. Grant Holmes at 85 pitches now. So he's at the end of the road. Did not have good command tonight, but he's held the Reds here within striking distance as the 1-1 pitch is smoked down the right field line. Hold that thought. Gavin Lux in with the leadoff double here to start the sixth. Ripped that ball down the line. It just stayed fair. Fastball was high and inside. His last time up, he hammered one down the line, just missed extra bases like that. That one just past Olsen. Sizzled down the track. Espinal, the batter, first pitch. Slider down and away, it's 1-0. Swing, lifts it into center field. Caught by Harris. Lux will run back to second, one away. One down, and Brian Snecker's going to go get the ball from Holmes. That'll do it for him. Braves trail 4-1. Runner at first, one out. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
How much is the rent for this beautiful apartment?
Ma'am, you're in a liquor store.
Quick story about Marcus Mariota. You know, people ask me about him all the time, and he's such a great player, but his best attribute is how quick-witted he is. People don't know this, but his freshman year, he worked at a grocery store in town to kind of pay the extra bills. And he was at the register one day, and this great big woman comes in, and she said, "I'd like to buy a half a head of lettuce." And he kind of looked at her funny, said, "We don't sell half heads, only whole heads." And she got all mad. So he walked into the back to ask the manager what he should do, and he said, "Hey, I got this great big fat woman out here that wants to buy a half a head of lettuce. What should I do?" And he didn't know it, but the woman had followed him back there. So he looks over his shoulder, and he sees her standing there, and he said, "And this lady wants to buy the other half." So the manager told him afterwards, the manager said, that was impressive. I can't believe you could think that quickly on your feet. And he goes, "That was nothing. I'm used to dealing with stuff like that." He goes, "I'm from Honolulu. There's two things we have in Honolulu. It's great football and fat women." And the manager said, "My wife's from Honolulu." And he said, "Well, what position does she play?"
Armchair.
In the 1906 World Series, the Cubs were heavily favored to beat their crosstown rivals, the Chicago White Sox, called the Hitless Wonders because the team averaged just .230 and hit only 7 home runs all season. But no one had counted on the superb pitching of White Sox ace Ed Walsh, master of the spitball.
Big Ed Walsh? Oh, brother. You talk about spitballs. I think that the ball disintegrated and got back together when the catcher got hold of it. I think when it went past the plate, it was just spit going by.
Ed Walsh totally overpowered the Cubs. He pitched a masterful 2-hit shutout to win the 3rd game and then went on to win the 5th. The Hitless Wonders had won the World Series.
Aaron Bummer will come in. First pitch is off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0 to Steer. Spencer Steer 0 for 2 on the day. The 1-0 from Bummer. Fastball up top. Top shelf for a strike, 91 miles an hour. 1-1. And 1-1 from Bummer. Looks over his shoulder, checking the runner back at second. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Curveball down and in. 1-2. Braves 1, Reds 4. Top 6. 1 out. The 1-2. Sweeper misses down and in. Slow bending sweeper trying to get him to bite. 2-2. They showed Grant Holmes slamming his glove in the dugout. He went 5 1/3 inning, 7 hits, 4 earned runs. The 2-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. He is on the hook for the runner standing at second, but if he does not cross the plate, it would be 5 1/3, 4 earned, 7 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Not a awful outing, but not what you would call a solid or a good outing. Especially for Grant Holmes, who's been pitching pretty well. Stevenson's the batter. Stands in, first pitch. Bummer throws that sweeper outside wide. It's 1-0. Tyler Stevenson 1 for 2 on the day. An RBI single to left to score Lux his last time up. Let's hope there's not a repeat offender of that. The 1-0. Curveball down and in. 2-0. (2-0) count. They're going to go ahead and walk Stevenson. That'll bring the left-handed bat, Hurtubise, to the plate. Lefty, first pitch, swinging, chops it foul towards the Braves dugout on the first base side. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Jacob Hurtubise kicks and fires. Drops a bunt. Off the plate, it's 0-2. So 0-2 count. First and second, 2 outs. The 0-2. Swing, rips it over to Olsen. He's got it, and he'll step on the bag. Now to get us out of the jam. Whew, that ball was smoked. We'll be back in a flash. The top of the order when we return. Verdugo starts us off, bottom 6.
Why is it so hard to solve a murder in West Virginia? There's no dental records and all the DNA's the same.
Hey Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Personal foul, 69, offense. He was giving them the business.
Now Don Mattingly, an emerging star. Mattingly last year was called up by the Yankees from Columbus the day Bobby Mercer retired. He'd been with him prior to that, but had been sent out. And he's not only won a spot on the roster, he's in the lineup, he's hitting third, and he's leading the league at .338. That's drilled to the gap in right center field, and it is off the fence. Randolph was running all the way, so he is being waved in. Whitaker's throwing to Parrish is not in time on a double by Mattingly.
First game I went to, May 30th, 1956, Yankee Stadium. We drove from Long Beach, Long Island to the Bronx. Almost took 2 hours. And as we came up into the Bronx and Jerome Avenue, my dad said, there it is. And, you know, I'd seen games before, but on TV. And there it was, and it like ate up the Bronx. It was the biggest thing I had ever seen in my life. And it had that great roof, that green copper roof, and the breeze was just blowing all those pennants in the roof, you know, just going like that, telling you which way the wind was blowing. And I had my glove and everything, and I sat like in between third base and home plate, like real close.
Scott Barlow comes in for the Reds. We saw him the other night. Right-hander, ex-Kansas City Royal. Alex Verdugo stands in. Righty-lefty, first pitch. 93 up top, grabs a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it. Curveball misses, 1-1. Braves trail 4-1. The 1-1 pops it up. High into right field. Easy, lazy fly ball. F9 your scorecard. Away. One down. Austin Riley, who's 0 for 2, takes the first pitch, four-seam fastball right down the pipe for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Batting .286 now with 8 home runs, 25 RBI. Infield back into the left. The 0-1. Sweeper well off the plate, 1-1. Barlow on the 1-1 pitch. Swing! Chops it foul. Sinker off his instep. 1-2. Appreciate y'all spending your Wednesday night here in Braves country. Please hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to turn on the alert so you know when we go live. The 1-2. Brings it. Swing! That ball's hammered into the third base dugout of the Cincinnati Reds, right over there near the camera well. The 1-2. Swing, rips it into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. All right, we got something going here. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the 6th. A little interesting on this date 40 in 1941 involving these two teams, along with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates outfielder Lloyd Wainer, known as Little Poison, is traded to the Boston Braves on that date. The slider misses outside wide. It's 1-0. Boston will turn around and trade Little Poison to the Reds on June 12th for Johnny Hutchings. Infield is back into the left. The 1-0 swing and a miss at the sinker off the plate. 1-1. Huge hole on the right side as they hold on Riley. And the second baseman, McLean, is basically standing over second. The 1-1, Riley goes. He is gone, baby! All right, all right, all right! Riley didn't have the best jump either. He stole that with ease as the throw was well high and wide of the bag. He's still got some wheels. 2-1 to Ozuna, in the dirt, down and away, 3-1. Braves just looking away to chip away at this league. You can't come back from a 4-1 lead without scoring that second run first. The 3-1 to Ozuna. He could change things in a hurry, couldn't he? Pitch on the way, swing, pops it back foul. Do it again. Seems like he's just been a tough touch off recently. The payoff pitch in the dirt, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. He'll mosey on down. We got first and second, one out. Francona going to come out, and I think he's going to go get Barlow. Nothing else. You keep going to that bullpen. This could make a difference later in the series tomorrow night. And you never know. You keep going that bullpen, you never know who's going to come out there and just throw you a tater. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
What are some things that when you were younger, if someone had them, you thought they had money? I didn't grow up poor, like we didn't have food poor, but I grew up in a mobile home. I grew up with like, we don't have money for that poor. Like we had ice cream in our fridge, but it was like the bucket with the red handle that was like white with like different like red swirl in it. And the swirl was like almost like crunchy. When I was a kid, if you had any of these three things, I thought you were rich, like rich. The first one is a waterbed. If you told me that you had a waterbed, I thought you were Bill Gates. The second thing were these Breyers or Good Humor, whoever made these Viennettas. It's like a frozen ice cream dessert, like ooh. And the last thing is stairs. If you had stairs in your house, it's over. Rolling in money.
Is Gen X okay? No, seriously, are you guys okay?
What kind of stupid question is that? We're fine. This is a cakewalk. We got like 900 TV channels and Prozac. We didn't have anti-bullying campaigns. Our parents bullied us. The school had to take our pictures and fingerprint us in case we got kidnapped. We were like 30 years old when we were 12. Already smoking cigarettes, drinking our parents' liquor. We are older than Google, and no one had to tell us not to eat laundry detergent. So yeah, I mean, we're okay. We're okay.
There's a drive, deep right center field. That ball's got a chance. It's out of here.
You can't imagine what it's like. And it was this grass that just went on forever. And the clay, the infield, the dirt of the infield was so brown, and the bases were so white. And the scoreboard with all of that news, what was happening in Detroit, and all the news. It was the news center. It was this big, gigantic place, and it was 461 feet to the center field fence. Then they had monuments, and I thought Babe Ruth was buried out there. They were like big tombstones. There was a great deal of respect in that building for the past.
Welcome back. Rogers, the left-hander, comes out of the pen. Former San Francisco Giant. Fires the first pitch. It's chopped foul to Olsen. It's 0-1. Olsen 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. A .222 average. Left-handed specialist, kicks and fires. 93 right down the pipe. It's 0-2. Brother's a right-hander side armor. They were both with the San Francisco organization last year. Tyler and Taylor Rogers. The 0-2. 94 outside. 1-2. Braves birthdays. Not a big name today, but you do have Tom Zachary, who had a 40 WAR with the Boston Braves. Is the 1-2. Swing, lifts it. Down the left field line, fouling out of play. Played for the Boston Braves from 1931 to 1933. He played for several different teams over his career. A total of 8. Including the Orioles, the Dodgers, the Senators, Yankees, Athletics. 1-2. Swing! That ball's up the middle. That's going to go off the glove of Ellie De La Cruz. Here comes Riley. He'll come home to score. And your Atlanta Braves have cut this lead in half. It's 4-2, baby. Good hard hit ball by Matt Olson. A rocket, a worm burner. Ball was smoked up the middle. I thought De La Cruz might be able to smother it and just keep the runners at bay, but instead it kind of caromed off his glove as he dove at it. First pitch to Ozzie is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Braves trail 4-2. We're here in the bottom of the 6th. The left-handed Rogers is on. Standing on deck is Harris. Remember, he's got to face 3 batters before they could go to someone else. The 0-1. Swing, rattles it back. It's 0-2. Ozzie tends to like the ball up in the zone as a right-hander. Much more of a low ball hitter as a left-hander. Kind of true to form to most righties and lefties. The 0-2 brings it. Swing, pops it up, high and deep into center field. That should score the run. Even with Ozuna coming, he'll have plenty of time. He'll truck it on home, and your Atlanta Braves have cut this to a 1-run lead. Let's go, Braves country. Told you like that ball up there high on the right side, and that's exactly where he went and got the fly ball. And we've got ourselves a 1-run game. If we can keep the Reds where they are right there at 4 runs, we've got a chance to come back and get this one. First pitch on the way to Harris. He drops a bunt. Foul down the line. It's 0-1. You don't see that very often. Not only did he drop a bunt, Olson was going. Snicker might have put that play on. Lefty-lefty matchup. Time is called for a second. A home plate umpire, Alan Porter, as he changes out the balls. The 0-1. Pitch on the way. Swing. Dribbles it over to second. Should be an easy play. 4-3 put out. Harris was busting it down the line, but they'll get him by about a step. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Put 2 on the board. We're back in it, baby. We're back, baby. We're back. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Let me be great. Now, most of y'all know darn well I ain't got no tatas. I got a tank top on up under this thing anyway, because this Georgia weather is as bipolar as my mama, and it gets hot. But I ain't got nothing. The Lord did not bless me with rhythm, and he did not bless me with no tatas. Okay? Probably because he knew I would take the rhythm and tatas and find a pole somewhere.
Hey, do you want to hang out tonight? Yeah, sure. What time were you thinking? I gotta run home real quick, so why don't we meet up around 9 o'clock? 9 o'clock? Yeah. PM? Yes. Tonight? Yes. On purpose? Yeah, I was thinking that maybe we can get together at 9 since it's early in the night. That's early? Listen, just come on over and then we're gonna meet up with my friends. They said the door opens around 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock? Yes. PM? Oh my God.
I love the game because I grew up in New York City in the late 1940s and 50s, which was the greatest intersection of baseball and place in history. We had 3 major league teams. All of them were good or great. Between 1947 and 1956, a New York team was in the World Series every year and won.
Now it's the 10th inning. Pitcher Bob Lemon works hard on Willie Mays. This time, though, he walks you. You want to steal second, and you ask for the sign from Leo.
Duke Steiner, Dodger center fielder, is the hero of this game. Steiner is double to right in the first inning, drove in 2 runs, and the Brooks were off and running. Boom, another double for Snyder. Hail the Duke of Flatbush.
Baseball was almost a private possession of New York City, and you'd walk around through the city in October, and the sounds of baseball were everywhere, from cab radios, taverns. People come out of taverns. During the season, you'd come out of a tavern and say, Campy just hit one. You were aware of the ribbon of baseball going on around you.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Aaron Bummer goes back to work, sweeper. The outer edge here to start the 7th inning. This is wide of the zone, it's 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup, Hines. This is a dangerous spot here. 1-0. Out wide, 2-0. Say they're leaving Bummer in because Friedel stands on deck with 2 home runs from the left side. The 2-0. Bummer kicks and fires. Swing, chops it over to Ozzie. Ozzie has it, flips it over to first, and it's a 4-3 put out. 1 away. They are right now still calling it a groin injury. They did say there were a couple of reports coming out of Cincinnati that said that they're looking more into other possible issues with that injury, but right now they're calling it a groin injury. Lefty-lefty matchup. As Friedel comes in, he's 2 for 2 with 2 home runs and a walk. First pitch from Bummer. Sinker right there for a strike. It's a 1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Out and away. 1-1. 1-1 count. Comes set, brings it, drops a drag bunt. We'll call it 1-2. Kind of a strange bunt attempt there by Friedel. Just kind of almost like last minute thought of it and just kind of poked at it. A 1-2 count. Now Riley can definitely move back, not have to worry about the bunt possibility. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the curveball well off the plate. That pitch was about 1.5 miles right of home plate. That's closer to the dugout than it was home plate. 2 away. Friedel's going to get back and look at that video. He's going to be like, are you kidding me? How'd I swing at that and I have 2 home runs now? First pitch on the way to McLean is 90 up top, sinker, first strike. It's 0-1. Well, here's hoping he doesn't. He meaning Hunter Green doesn't have a long time on the man. That kid can bring it. The 0-1 swing, chops it down the third base line, just foul. It's 0-2. McLean is 1 for 3 on the night with the runs scored. He's got a 170 average, 4 home runs, 12 RBI, a 5.88 OPS. The 0-2. Infield back and to the left. Here's the pitch. Swing, lifts it, high into center field. Harris has room. He'll catch it just before the warning track, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3. We head to the bottom of 7. Trailing by only 1, Braves country. Let's get it. Welcome back. Eli White's going to lead us off here in the bottom of the 7th inning, trailing by a run. First pitch on the way from the right-hander May. It's down and away. It's 1-0. I did not plan any of that. 1-0. Swing chops it over to third. Should be an easy play. Espinal to steer. 5-3 on the putout. One down. Luis May, a 3 ERA. 50% strikeout rate. First pitch on the way. Baldwin, that's going to be an easy chopper over to third. Espinal to steer once again. 5-3. You can repeat it. Quickly 2 down. Braves giving up a couple of at-bats there early on. Make way for Nick Allen. Allen is 0 for 2 with the strikeout and the ground out, trying to find his way aboard. Batting .258 now, the big right-hander fires a 100-mile-an-hour sinker high and inside. It's 1-0. If he can get on, the order will flip over. Verdugo standing on deck. The 1-0. 99 smacks the outer edge. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Brings it, swing and a miss. 100 miles an hour, high heat inside. It's 1-2. The 1-2. 99 just misses. 2-2. The 2-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. I'm not sure Nick Allen could see any of those pitches. We'll be back in a flash. We head to the 8th, trailing by 1. Heart of the order due up for the Redlegs.
Any attempt to restrict drinking and driving here is viewed by some as downright undemocratic.
When a fella can't put in a hard day's work, put in 11, 12 hours a day, and then get in your truck and at least drink 1 or 2 beers.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. You have to wear a seatbelt when you're driving. And pretty soon we're going to be communist country.
Armchair.
One of the biggest scandals in baseball history is the throwing of the 1919 World Series by the Chicago White Sox. Even though all 8 players who were accused were acquitted in 1921, Judge Kennesaw Mountain Landis handed down a lifetime ban that included the Hall of Fame. Shoeless Joe Jackson should be reinstated and put in the Hall of Fame. Reason number 1, his stats during the series. His 12 base hits set a series record that wasn't broken until 1964. He led both teams with a .375 batting average in the series. He committed no errors and threw out a runner at home plate. He also hit the only home run by either team in the series. Reason number 2, he never took any money. On 2 different occasions, he refused a $5,000 bribe even though it would have almost doubled his salary at the time. Reason number 3, he tried to tell White Sox owner Charles Comiskey, but Comiskey refused to meet him. Reason number 4, years after the scandal, the other 7 players confirmed that Jackson was never present at any of the meetings and his name was mentioned only to give them more credibility to the gamblers. Reason number 5, a lawyer manipulated him into signing a document he didn't fully understand. Jackson never learned to read or write, so there was no way he knew what he was signing at the time.
All tied up in the 8th, Mickey Mantle facing Preacher Rowe. The Oklahoma kid parked it in the left field seats.
Watching it on TV in New York with Willie, Mickey, and the Duke, and the arguments on the corner, and that was it.
Top of the 8th inning we go, and it's Dylan Lee coming out of the pen. First pitch on the way to Ellie De La Cruz. Takes a mighty hack, smacks it back behind home plate. Out of play, it's 0-1. De La Cruz 1 for 3 on the day. The 0-1. In the dirt, 1-1. 1-1 count. Brings it. Slider misses 2-1. Braves 3, Reds 4, top of the 8th. Lee is set to face De La Cruz, Lux, and then Espinal. 2-1 pitch. Swing. Chops it foul. 2-2. The 2-2. Infield back into the left. Sets up and brings it. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky into right field. Eli White's got a beat on it. He'll flip up the glove and grab it for out number 1. F9 in your scorecard. Red Sox lead the Rangers 6-3. They're in the 8th inning. Tyler Mahle was on the mound tonight for Texas. He went 5 and gave up 2. You've been paying attention to this guy. Tyler Mahle, who at one point was a Red, but the point is kind of a journeyman at this point. This late in the season as a starter, he's got a 1.48 ERA. First pitch on the way to Lux is swung on, grounded to second. Ozzy's got it, fires it over to first. It's a 4-3 put out, 2 down. Good hustle by Ozzy, good read, good throw. They've been grabbing a lot of guys off the scrap heap and gotten some pretty good results from the starting pitching, grabbing veterans. I know they grabbed Patrick Corbett. I know he was off to a pretty good start. I haven't seen what he's done recently. I'm just so gun-shy about Corbett after that. His stint in Washington is the first pitch on the way. Espinal's off the edge for a strike. It's 0-1. Remember, he signed that huge deal, Washington Nationals. Never lived up to it as the 0-1. Misses. 1-1. But at the same token, big difference between signing a guy to a 6-year, $140 and just being a disaster and signing a guy to a major league contract with very little risk on it. So a 1-2 count after the ball was chopped foul down the third base line hard. Braves trail by 1, top of the 8th. Here's the pitch. Swing, gets a piece of it. Stays alive. Top of the 8th. Braves still with 2 more at bats, trailing by 1. The 1-2 just misses outside. Change up. 2-2. Two count. Brings it. Down and in, slider. This time he laid off it. 3-2. Told you, Espinal has one of the lowest strikeout rates in Major League Baseball. Struck out earlier tonight. As soon as I said that, maybe we'll get that again, but it's usually got a pretty good eye and hits for contact. The 3-2. Don't get him on that one. That one was in the dirt. Bounced in front of the plate, and it's a 2-out walk by Dylan Lee. Two down. First pitch on the way to Steer is a 92 P at the knees on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Charlie Morton was on the bump tonight. He's had a rough year if y'all haven't paid attention to that. But he must have pitched pretty well tonight as the 0-1. They're going to flip it over to first. They got him. He got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Dylan Lee with a great pickoff move and an absolute phenomenal tag by Olsen. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Wow.
I don't know what your problem is, but I have a feeling it's really hard to pronounce.
Go back to that last inning, 9th inning. What are the emotions like entering that inning?
Well, emotions are go in, win. I heard a fan offer free Dippin' Dots if I blew it, which the price of Dippin' Dots with inflation is just unreal. So for a brief moment, I was like, damn, Dippin' Dots sound good. But also, I thought in the back of my head, we win today, we win tomorrow, or tonight. We're going to be here another day. That's more per diem, so that means I can buy my own Dippin' Dots.
Who are you? I'm you 10 minutes from now. Damn it, you are handsome. I was just thinking the same. We are sexy, yeah!
I think Stengel is the most interesting man, except for Ruth, who ever appeared in baseball. Unfortunately, his myth has become that of the clown, the man who talked Stengelese, double talk. He knew more about the game than anyone I ever talked to. He was the smartest man. I think he had tremendous basic intelligence. Not much education. He barely got through high school. But he had this intuitive intelligence. He would look at things, and he would see things, and he would sense things. And sometimes the things came out. He's a man who said, there's a time in every man's life, and I've had plenty of them. And that's a marvelous expression that says it.
And his distinctive way with language gave rise to a new word, Stengelese. All right, he once said, everybody line up alphabetically according to your height. I made up my mind, but I made it up both ways. Most people my age are dead at the present time.
Thank you for listening, liking, and subscribing to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. That's such a great quote. I've made up my mind, I've made it up both ways. Alex Verdugo is going to lead us off. Top of the order due for the Braves. You'd think this would be the inning for it to all happen. Braves have been so good in the 8th inning, and we've got the top of the order due up. Verdugo, Riley, Ozuna. Centillion, the big right-hander, comes in 95 miles an hour. Right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. Going to be a tough one to get to. He's got a 1.5 ERA, the 0-1. 96 misses wide. 1-1. Braves trail at 4-3. The 1-1 pitch. Good slider, slaps the edge. 1-2. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Reds. 3-5-0 for the Braves. The 1-2. Swing, rattles it foul. Well behind that one, but got a piece of it to stay alive. We'll do it again, 1-2. Verdugo 0 for 3 on the night. Pitch, well high, 2-2. So he's due. 0 for 3 on the night for Verdugo, batting .284. Braves are 12-5 since Verdugo has joined the big league club. The 2-2. Swing, pops it up. Down the left field line, giving chase. That'll bend out of play just past the tarps, about 4 rows back. Espinal with good hustle, but ran out of room. Phillies 7, Tampa Bay nothing. That game's in the 8th. So we can quit updating you on that one unless that gets really hairy really quickly because Rays are running out of outs. The 2-2 to Verdugo. Swing, pops it up. Slams his bat. High in the sky into center field. Friedel will make the easy catch. 1 away. 1 down. Got to figure in the 9th it'll either be Hernandez or Pierce Johnson coming out, you would think. Unless they want to go another route. This is assuming we don't score here. First pitch on the way to Riley. Swing, rattles it foul. 96 miles an hour. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. High out of the zone. 97 mile an hour. 1-1. Centillan and also remember Ashcraft from last night. They were both former starters in this Reds lineup. And they've done a good job of repurposing them. 1-1, swing and a miss. 1-2. You just wonder what you might be able to turn Ian Anderson into. But I've got a feeling they're going to continue to keep him stretched out down on the farm. It looks like it's going to be De Los Santos unless the Braves grab the lead. The 1-2. High and inside, 2-2. I thought they might give De Los Santos the night off, but looks like he's warming up. 2-2 count. Tony comes, set, and brings it. Swing, fouls it back. Ian Anderson's down on the third, down in AAA. That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like if you could get him corralled to just like 2, maybe 3 pitches, is the 2-2 in the dirt, 3-2. I think he could be fairly dangerous coming out of the pen. If nothing else, you could, for this year, you could build him just as a long reliever. And then by next year during the offseason, you might be able to transform him into the back end. The 3-2. Swing! Fouls it back, 97. Riley making him work. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Full count. Standing on deck is Ozuna. The payoff pitch. Swing, rattles that one back, foul, 97 miles an hour. Pitch number 9, the payoff pitch. They set up out wide. Here it comes. Swing, chops it foul. Slider down the line again. Outfield's playing pretty straight away and deep. Infield back into the left, a huge hole on the right side. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. 97 miles an hour. About letter high, he just kept bringing it. 2 away. Riley was a touch behind that. He must have been anticipating he was going to go back to his slider. That'll bring Marcell Ozuna to the plate. Marcell sitting on 5 home runs. First pitch, 97 inside. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. 97 misses. 2-0. Marcell could tie it. One swing. He's 1 for 4 lifetime against Centillion with 1 home run. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. Came out of his shoes on that slider over the top. 2-1. Two-one count. Swing, pops it back foul. Do it again. The 2-1. Misses high. Full count. So a full count to Ozuna. The pitch swung on, pops it up. High in the sky, into right field. F9 your scorecard, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the 9th. Trailing by 1.
I like it when people try to insult you by being like, you're not even that hot. Like, yeah, no dude. I'm mediocre looking, not completely clueless. You think if I was above average in appearance, I'd be this dope? No, rarely happens.
I can say that, there's been this news article about men that think that they could beat Serena Williams in tennis. Right? That they think that they could actually score a point on her. And it's just not the case. She is stronger than that.
Both Serena and Venus lost to the 203rd ranked male tennis player, which they're phenoms for women. My experience, my husband, he swam University of Kentucky as well. In terms of accolades and in terms of national ranking, I was a much better swimmer than him. He could kick my butt any day of the week.
We must protect women's sports at all costs. Armchair.
Baby, I just got one thing to say. If you see me and you know me on a professional level, mind your business.
Hey, Braves Country! Braves Country is bringing you Braves Country Baseball. Braves Country comes to you every week. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and we'll be bringing you play-by-play, pitch-by-pitch of your Atlanta Braves. It's free to listen. Please like and subscribe. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Braves Country Baseball for the fans, by the fans.
Lopez, managing the Indians in the 50s, was going to come down the home stretch using just 3 pitchers. And someone told Stengel about this, and he said, well. He said, I heard it couldn't be done, but it don't always work. He came on the bench one day. There was a fellow named Bob Serve, big, powerful hitter. And Stengel came out of the clubhouse and sat down, and Serve was sitting about 10 feet away from him, just looking out at the field. And Stengel looked over at him and said, there's not many people that know this, but one of us has been traded to Kansas City.
Welcome back. Trying to monitor it, see if that fixed the sound. Aniel De Los Santos goes back to work. First pitch on the way is a fastball swung on and fouled back. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. I believe we fixed it. Outside wide. 1-1. One from De Los Santos. Steer takes the pitch inside. 2-1. 2-1 count. Brings it down and away. 3-1. Last thing we need is for De Los Santos to put a free pass up there. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. 95 right down the track. Full count. Well, I haven't seen anyone else mention it, so it must be fixed. The full count. Swung on, pops it up, back out of play. Braves trail by 1, top of the 9th. I think it was the application. I don't think it had anything to do with our weather. Our weather is pretty bad out here, but I don't think it had anything to do with that. I think it had to do with the application. I had to go in and come back out. The payoff pitch, swing, fouls that. 96-mile-an-hour fastball at the knees. De Los Santos about to fire his 8th pitch of the at-bat. The 3-2. Swing, rips it into left field. Coming over, making the running grab is Alec Verdugo. 1 away. That was a hard hit ball. Verdugo had a good beat on it. He gets a pat on the glove from De Los Santos. One down. Tyler Stevenson, the batter. De Los Santos trying to keep it right here at a 1-run game, give us a puncher's chance in the 9th inning. As the first pitch on the way to Stevenson is a slider at the knees, smacks the black. It's 0-1. Not too far from there, Willis. The 0-1. Right there, slider. Frozen. It's 0-2. Just north of that county. So an 0-2 count. Infield back into the left. Enyel brings it. 96 up top. Did he go around? Looked like he did. First base umpire said that he held up Brian Walsh. 1-2. Take another look at this. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. That's a strike. Great, we get him behind the plate tomorrow night. The 1-2. Caught looking, strike 3. Took an extra bullet in the chamber, but he got him. 2 away. Royals lead the White Sox 2-0. Other games still in action. Padres and Yankees are knotted up at 3 in the 8th. First pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball up top for Herbies. It's 1-0. Twins lead the Orioles 3-2 in the 7th. Royals 2-0 over the White Sox in the 9th. As the 1-0 misses, 2-0. Rockies lead the Tigers 5-3 in the 3rd. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball right there at the knees. Over the dish. 97. 2-1. Blue Jays and Angels are just getting underway. The 2-1. Swing. Fouls it down the line, 96 miles an hour. 2-2. Standing on deck is Hines. The 2-2 from Manuel. His 17th of the night. Lifts the leather glove and brings it. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 96 gas on the outer edge. That'll end the inning. 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the ninth. Our last chance. Matt Olson. He leads us off. Hopefully with the dinger.
What the hell did you do? In my defense, you left me unsupervised. You're a grown-ass adult, and you left me unsupervised.
Now 2 outs and 0 on. The Mets are waving their outfielders in. The whole Met team waving their outfielders in. Here's Rick Camp with a game on the line. 2 outs and 0 on base.
Well, they could go to another pitcher, but in 18 innings, they've used just about everybody.
It'll be an 0-2 pitch. And he is at the deep left. Heat goes back. It is gone. Holy cow. Oh, my goodness. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Rick Camp. Rick Camp. I don't believe it.
Camp makes it 11-11, his first Major League homer.
I'm Wilfred Brimley, and I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes about diabetes. Diabetes.
You shut up! You shut up! I'm so scared right now, you shut up! Are you doing this? No, I'm doing this. You shut up!
I tell you what Casey had that a lot of people don't tell you about. He had the knack of taking that ball out of a pitcher's hand. And that means a Whitey Ford. That means anybody, and giving that ball to another, because I tell you about pitchers. Pitchers will talk you out of it. You know, you go out to take that ball, oh, Skip, let me pitch to this guy. When Casey walked to the mound, you gone.
Emilio Pajan is coming to the mound. Right-hander to face Matt Olson. Righty-lefty matchup to get you going. First pitch on the way. The closer, 95 miles an hour, misses high and inside. It's 1-0. We saw him last night. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Chase the splitter well off the plate. It's 1-1. Emilio turns 34 today. The 1-1 fouls it back. 1-2. He's played for Cincinnati, Minnesota, Oakland, the Padres, Mariners, and Tampa Bay. The 1-2 count, high and out of the zone, bounces off the glove of Stevenson, straight to the backstop. 2-2. Standing on deck is Ozzie. In the hole is Michael Harris. Braves had a come-from-behind victory last night, trailing by 1 in the ninth. Can they do it again? The 2-2 to Olson. He digs in. Here's the pitch. 96 off the paint, 3-2. It's a final in Tampa Bay. Philly 7-0, 12 hits. They 2-hit the Rays with Sanchez on the mound tonight. The payoff pitch, swing, fouls the 96-mile-an-hour fastball into the night. So a full count. Emilio comes set, kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 96 miles an hour, just gets it past him on the outer edge, 1 away. Just a touch behind that one. Braves trying to come back and rally and get themselves to 500. Be the first time since opening day. If not, they'll fall 2 behind. Back to the drawing board, try to get it this weekend. First pitch on the way is a cutter to Ozzie Albies. Off on the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. Braves have one more tomorrow night here in Atlanta against these Reds. Then they go to Pittsburgh for 3. The 0-1. 96 out of the zone. 1-1. Then we come home for 4 against Washington. And then go back out on the road again to Boston. There's the 1-1. They checked down the line. Did he go around? He did not. Third base umpire, Alex McKay. Might be the only call he's gotten right in the last 24, 27 hours. The 2-1 pitch. Drifts a splitter inside right there for a strike. Kind of handcuffed Ozzie. I don't think he was expecting that at all. He almost fell over. Nick buckled his knees so bad. The 2-2 to Ozzie. Here's the pitch from Pejan. Outside wide. Did he go around? No, he did not. Full count. Once again, they checked down that third base side. McKay said he did not offer. Take another look at it. Yeah, he's holding up on it. I know Francona doesn't like it, but he is holding up. The payoff pitch. Swing, just got a piece of that. Maybe a stitch or two to stay alive. It rattled out of the mitt of Stevenson. So a full count. Comes set. Brings it. Swing! That ball's blasted down the right field line, but foul. Man, did he put a ride into that one. Go back to the full count. Man, did he put a ride into that one. Just could not keep it straight. The payoff pitch. Swing, lifts that down the left field line. If it stays in play, it's an out. It is. F7 in your scorecard. 2 down. Braves down to their last out. Michael Harris, who had the big hit last night, stands in. Standing on deck, if Michael can keep the line going, is Eli White, and then you'd have Drake. First pitch. Pops up a 95-mile-an-hour fastball off the edge. It's 0-1. Eddie Rosario. Seriously. Eddie Rosario stands on deck. He's going to bat for Eli. The 0-1. Swing. That ball's rifled into left field. It's down for a base hit. Michael Harris is on, representing the tying run. So it's not over yet. But they're going to Eddie Rosario.
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle dazzle.
Who hasn't had an at-bat in a week. He's only had a handful this entire season. So, I don't know about this one, but we'll see how it plays out. I know they're going because it's the righty-lefty, but you're taking a guy out of the lineup who's got the highest batting average on the team. But if somehow he can luck into one, we'll be in business. You know Eddie Rosario will be swinging for the fences. And it may have to do with the fact that he's 1 for 2 lifetime against Pejan, but once again, he hasn't had any at-bats. It's kind of unfair to go to him. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss, cutter over the top, it's 0-1. The 0-1. I'd say they're going strictly off the numbers. He's 1 for 2 at the home run versus Bejan. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, nowhere near it. Terrible swing. It's 0-2. It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how this pays off. Taking your best hitter out of the lineup for a guy off the streets who's had just 3 at-bats in the last 2 weeks. The 0-2. In the dirt, 1-2. Good block there. Michael stays put. Standing on deck is Drake. Eddie just trying to find any way to get on. The 1-2. They set up inside to try to jam him. The pitch. Swing, pops it up. Back behind home plate. He'll live to tell the tale. He'll do it again, 1-2. Wouldn't this be something if you did walk it off, though? What a story that would be. The 1-2 to Eddie. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Not a shocker there. You take the guy with the worst bat off the bench to take off your best hitter. Ugh. And once again, you'll be told all over social media, hey, he's a great manager. He knows what he's doing. He really knows it. He knows his stuff. All right, that'll do it. Braves lose a tough one, 4-3, with Eddie Rosario at the plate. Good night, Irene. If there's ever been a night that this was appropriate to play, it would be tonight. Y'all have a great night, Braves country. Braves lose it 4-3. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye A sneer curled Casey's lip, and now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. "That ain't my style," said Casey. "Strike one," the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. "Kill him! Kill the umpire!" shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.